bearing on any of this, right?
I doubt it.
Okay, it passed.
Nope,
Okay,
Nothing.
all right, I just wanted to
nope.
put that out there.
Alright,
before
so
we-
we're calling the meeting to order at 7:07 p.m. Alright, and I apologize for getting the minutes to you last minute. Huh, funny.
That's all right.
Here they
It'll come
are.
to me,
Do we all have a copy yet?
Yeah, so take a little bit and read them over.
Can I interject just before you get any further?
Okay, so we'll, hold off on the minutes and let Tom and
Brittany.
Brittany,
Now, does this go into the minutes? This, whatever this is?
Mhm.
Okay.
Collier and.
First off, I'm the chairman of the cable committee in town,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
and Brittany is our lady
Station
who-
manager.
She handles
Station
and
manager.
schedules and takes care of it.
Okay.
I'm just here tonight to make sure that you all understand that, we're here because the town wants us to be here.
Yep,
That we've, it's the law that we have open, it's not a law that we do this, but it's a law that we have open meetings, and because we have, you all know that the people in this town don't have a very good idea what's going on most of the time, because they just don't know where to look. And we're only one of the ways that they can look, because when we put your thing up on YouTube, it's there for them to look at. I'm underwhelmed a little bit, although Brittany, who has several different other ones that towns she works with, thinks that we do really well.
You have pretty good viewership for your meetings
Yeah.
compared to other towns your size.
So, and we've had, I mentioned, we had, if you go back, were any of you at the all committee members
All boards meeting.
All board meeting?
I missed it.
Yeah, well, they asked us all what we were trying to do. And what I laid out was that, we have a number of organizations, yours is only one of them that we
Right.
haven't gotten to, and we haven't, there are ways for you to, I think, deal with the issues that you might have for us being here. They are issues where you can go into a closed meeting.
Executive session.
Executive session.
Right.
But the ones that I get from the most, and I haven't talked to any one of you guys at all, the ones that I get are, they don't wanna be on television. They don't wanna be heard. Well, the truth is, if you're going to be on a board, you're gonna be heard.
Right.
Because that's the law. It's not necessary perhaps that you could be seen, if that's, there is a way that she can set it up so that you're not, it might only be the back of your head, but you're gonna be there. So, I am not going to, I believe, and I've told the town, everybody in town, that I believe that I have allowed the law to be broken for too long. And so we're not going to do it. So tonight, that little red light up there,
Mm-hmm,
you're on TV.
okay.
Oh, that one.
Trust me, it's not gonna hurt. And I, for the meetings that I have, I go back, Brittany is great. I mean, she, if somebody comes in and swears, she'll probably make sure that's not there. I mean, she's pretty good at making sure it's but she's not gonna take any issue relative to what's going on away. I'm sure because I've been working with her for several years, that she's going to work with you to make sure that you're okay, that this is gonna work. But I also can tell you that if it gets to a point where she feels that we're not up to what we are supposed to be doing, she's gonna call me,
Okay,
okay?
yeah. My question is, if there's something we want to discuss as an executive meeting for 10 minutes, do we just state that?
Yeah,
And
so,
then you will
yeah, so we'll be-
delete that part out?
yeah, so I'll
And
be
then-
listening, or someone that's recording the meeting will be listening. You would vote, just like you normally would, to go into executive session. Once you vote to go into executive session, we stop the recording. And then when you vote to adjourn executive session and go back into the open meeting, then we would start the recording again.
Okay, now,
So-
so are you here when we're doing the meeting, or you do this afterwards? Based on the recording?
So, under normal circumstances, someone is physically here to record. Our control room's just actually over in the police station. There are occasions where we have to do an auto recording because someone isn't available.
Mhm.
If there is an executive session buried somewhere in the meeting, or executive session that wasn't on the agenda or something like that, I'd ask that somebody from the board or Mallory, notify me to make sure, so that I can go back and remove any portions that need to be removed. I do this for several towns, and obviously many meetings happen every night, so I can't watch every meeting in their
No,
entirety.
okay.
So it's important, if there is executive session, that I be notified so I can remove it. But I have zero interest in recording anything other than the open meetings. I record from the opening of the meeting to the close of the meeting, and that's
Sure.
all I'm concerned with.
How do we reach you?
I can give you my email address and my phone number, whichever works better for you. Email address is bmblaney@gmail.com.
Okay, and is it a cell that you're gonna give me?
Yeah, if you don't mind,
Text?
can I
You
just write it down?
want- Yes,
Just so it's, because we
Yes.
are recording right now.
just write it down.
She doesn't even want me to have her number.
Because it's
So
go-
yeah,
because
email,
it's
text,
gonna-
phone call, either of those work well.
Okay. Because what's gonna happen is, it's gonna happen in the middle of a meeting, not
Mhm.
pre-planned.
Right.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, and as long as you
That's the
notify.
way the Board of Health is.
Yeah.
So, I just wanna be able to reach you to say, this is the date, approximate time that we went in,
Oh, that'd be perfect, that would be great.
and, find it.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
can give me an approximate time, that'll make my life a lot
Yeah.
easier.
It may not even be executive session, it just may be confidential information.
Yeah,
If it's part of the open meeting, it gets recorded. If there's confidential information, then that should be part of an executive session.
right. Okay.
I have to look at the criteria.
Okay,
Any other questions for us?
no, just wanna know how to handle it.
Yeah,
Good.
and if you think of any other questions later on, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Sure,
I'm only interested in just recording the meeting.
I understand. I
Good
do.
job.
I understand, Brittany,
Well,
and
thank
thank
you
you,
so-
Tom, and
All right, I'll be
we'll do
in the
it.
other room.
I hope.
We're not angry, it's okay.
No, I hope that you do have some trust that we won't try to, that
Oh.
we're not gonna try to get anything out that you don't want.
I just need to know how we are going to handle it, that's all.
Okay,
Of
great,
course.
thank you.
All right,
And
thank you.
then we'll do
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks.
Right.
All right, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Nice to meet you, Brittany.
Nice to meet you as well.
All right, now we will go back to the agenda. And, take a few minutes to review the minutes.
I read mine, and she sent them to this. She sent these to us. I didn't see anything that I thought was out
Well, there's a couple spelling errors.
Oh, spelling errors?
Yeah, on the 24th.
Spelling errors, okay.
Down at the on the bottom of the last page. It says CRP, it's supposed to be CPR. And et cetera is ETC, not ECT.
Okay.
Did I spell your name right this time, Lori?
Where are you looking?
On the May 24th, on the back of the sheet, this one, on the back.
Oh, okay. Cause I read it online, so I'm looking for whatever she's looking for. There we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that. Wasn't this sent to us? Online? Didn't Mallory send these minutes to us?
Yes, but not mine, from the last
Yes.
meeting. We have
So I
two,
think this
we
one
have
we
minutes
saw,
from
and
the 24th and the 28th. I just sent these out this afternoon.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
And I apologize for that, but I do have them done before the meeting, so
Okay.
there we are.
Okay. COVID-19. Okay.
Any corrections, additional corrections or changes that should be made? Do we have a motion to approve the minutes, from 5/24 with 2 spelling errors on the second page of the minutes, CPR and et cetera. And on the Board of Health minutes from 6/28, no corrections apparently needed. Alright,
Make a motion.
Judy
Accept the
makes the
minutes.
motion,
second?
Lori seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sign these.
Do you know if we ever determined if they have replaced the AED pads at the senior center?
I was wondering that too.
Is that unlocked?
I suggest we look at the end of after the
Alright.
end of the meeting.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. That's a good question.
I know they were gonna
Yeah,
do something, yeah.
and there's a couple other follow-ups on that too.
All right, the next item on the agenda for this evening is update on COVID test. Probably should have a plan to distribute them as they're,
I can tell you that every single town is, they're loaded up with all of these tests, but it's very slow going. And I just talked to Jamie Terry at DPH today, and she said it's that way everywhere.
Is that still going to distribute?
So it's just gonna be, they're just gonna sit around for a long time.
Maybe when the fall comes, there'll be more people
Mhm.
wanting to test, kids will be back at school.
And there is an expiration date on it, but, they're good for, 10,
10 months past that.
12, 9 to 12 months beyond the expiration date, so they're,
Yeah,
if we can get them out in the fall, they'll be great.
yeah, I think that come fall, the cases, numbers probably increase, right? In the
Yeah.
fall, just like
Yeah,
flu.
yeah, they will.
Yeah,
Um,
and there's new strains coming
right.
out, so people
There
will
are.
wanna test.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna have to update the test, based on
Yeah,
an
right now the
updated strain.
test is not as sensitive for B4, B5.
It's not, yeah, the Omicron, cause it was based on Delta, correct? Right,
it's
the
it
initial
also,
tests.
it did pick up Omicron, but it, this new B4, B5.
Yeah, so they may have to come up with
May
new
have to
tests
come up with a
eventually,
new-
they are coming up with a new vaccine,
Yep.
so,
And they're recommending that you take it along with your influenza, and so,
yeah, cause it will cover the new strains.
That's the new shot?
Yeah,
The new
Yeah.
booster?
they're coming
New
up with it, yeah,
booster, yeah.
I think it's gonna be ready in the fall, they said.
yeah, it won't be ready in August when all the seniors want their influenza shots, but probably October, November.
Okay, one idea that I have for distribution is to reach out to the school principal in the fall here at the elementary school.
Yeah,
And
they may get their own,
Yeah, they usually get their own through the state, all the schools get
Yeah.
tons of them, boxes and boxes,
Right.
huge boxes, and they
Okay.
send them home with the kids every week.
and they're
Oh,
not
the
gonna be
teachers.
testing this fall. They're not gonna test the kids this fall.
okay.
So I don't, our MRC is looking at a project of putting together flu boxes and distributing them as we go from senior center to senior center, doing different programs, so that's
Yeah.
one option.
Yeah, maybe hand them out with those.
Right, our total, number of boxes was about 900.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you're at the library, the senior center, and in the offices available whenever people want them for
Yep.
free, so. They are available.
Yep.
Right, well, spread the word.
Like Lori said, the fall, that's when they'll come looking for 'em.
Yeah, I think so too. The numbers will increase and it'll be more on people's minds.
At the time that Mallory put the agenda together, it said no new Title V's, however,
Okay, is that
We
what this
have-
update one is?
that's for subjects.
Oh, okay.
And I have in front of me 3 Title V's.
Okay.
Which will take a few minutes here to quickly review. One is at 26 Ragged Hill Road.
That's the
Which
one my son's
passes?
buying.
Okay, it's no problem. And it passed. See if there's anything else
Yeah.
I need to do a quick look-see at.
Yeah, they all came to us in the email.
Yeah.
This one said there was a picture attached, it was not attached in the email. I don't know if it's not there at all.
Okay, I wasn't able to open it.
Oh.
Everything was so slow on my computer today. It was going round and round for 5 minutes, so I gave up. So I'm gonna take a quick look-see at it. Everything looks like it's been filled out properly. We'll pass that around, and then I'll sign it at the end. Title V, number 2 is 233 Gardner Road. It also passes. Gardner Road. Right, we did that, okay.
I would imagine we're gonna get a lot more of these, there's a lot of homes for sale right now.
They're not, it's not selling as fast as they used to.
Right, cause it's way too high, it has to be too much.
For the 26 Ragged Hill, they had 11 offers. 11.
The one,
All well over asking.
Okay, this one
Ragged Hill.
included,
at this,
photograph.
at this one?
Wait till winter comes. And then
Yeah.
then they'll know how rough the road
Alright.
is.
Here is 233 Gardner. And the third one that has come in
No, it's on the same.
is 21 Brigham Street. That passed.
this is one with the pictures on it. I do remember seeing these pictures though, when I was looking at this earlier, on this one.
Wait, Judy, doesn't that say there's like a drawing or something included,
Yeah,
and then
that's
it's
what I
not?
was looking for.
Yeah, it wasn't there in the email.
21 Brigham Street has a nice map of the layout, which is
Did they have
Good
the
to
well
see.
on this one laid out? As to where they're gonna put the well?
Well, it's it's existing, so I'm not sure
that one looks fine.
where it is exactly.
I'll look at it again.
It's a 2-acre lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
It should be fine. Oh, here's the well, way up here.
Well, it has to be at least 100 feet, I think.
Correct. This is well beyond 100 feet.
Excellent.
That's why mine's out, just right next to Route 68.
Oh, so there is a picture on there.
There's a drawing.
Thank you, Dawn.
Okay, and it's
Yeah,
out here, it's
this
out
drawing
front,
is
and the
one
well
too.
is in the back.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Okay,
good.
that's the driveway.
Yeah.
Knox is there.
Okay, and
Looks like somebody took a drone photo of that one.
Yeah, I'm having fun with this one.
he took a picture of the D-box area
Yeah, it's
on that one.
at every angle you could possibly think of.
That's fine.
Yeah, I did see all this, in the email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I
great.
remember going through that one.
It's pictures are worth 1,000 words, so
Yeah.
it's always good to have the pictures.
Oh my goodness, this one's a long way away. Is this an older house in Brigham?
I don't know.
It's
What?
gotta be, it's an older house on Brigham?
Yeah, it's a little house. You know that really bad corner? When you're
Yeah.
going down Brigham Street, there's
Right, and there's
actually, that house is right on that corner up on a hill.
yes, okay.
It's on the left-hand side if you're going down the hill.
Yep,
Gotcha.
I got it.
It's just a little house.
Okay.
Got a long backyard.
But yeah, I know, I saw that.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Okay, the next is, well or water tests, and going on the agenda from June 28th, the list that has about 15 names on it, addresses. What we have here is just an update to that list
Okay.
of things that changed from the list on the agenda from 6/28. And so there's just 4 items. 53 Highbridge, the well permit was issued. Lot 3, Old Princeton Road, the perk was completed and plan approved. Lot 1, Old Princeton Road, perk completed, plan approved. And 9's High Street, plan approved. So that's in addition to the original list of 15 plus items on the active septic and well permits. Alright. comments about any of those properties by anybody? It's really just, Mallory is keeping us updated as to the status of each of these places, which is what we have asked of her.
Yep.
That. Okay. The next item is permits for Sawyer's Farm as a seasonal business with a food establishment. They have the application here.
What type of food service is it?
Blueberries.
Blueberries, well, they
It's
do
honey.
sell some jams and jellies.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have been there, okay.
It's Ginger
Alright.
Kitchens,
Yeah,
and
there's like a small shop.
Yeah, they
Shelf
have that little shed they
Stable,
move
Blueberry
around.
Products,
Okay, yep.
and they included their water test. So we have a white copy and a blue copy to sign. Here's the other paperwork that they included, which was very nice. And, they also asked for a,
Roll.
residential kitchen permit through Royalston. So I guess that's where they actually, the ones that are making, where Doreen actually, yes, they're in Royalston. And so that's where her kitchen is, so.
Oh, okay, so they make it there but sell it
Yes,
here
at the
in
farm
Hubbardston.
stand.
Okay.
Okay, so everything is in order. They have all their permits, and everything's with it, so I'm going to sign. And it's okay. Alright. Let's pass it around. So one copy goes in our records and one copy is given to them. I had asked Mallory to reach out to them because I knew they were, in the past had sold products and just wanted them to be conforming the way the rest of the town is. And they did, which is wonderful. No problems with that. Okay, it says current septic, but we already took a look at that. I don't know any other updates to any of the current septic.
No.
All right. Under the new business,
So,
we have MPHN health nurse.
yeah, I did talk to, remember we had that one resume?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I did talk to her, and it seems that she got our name from a recruiter. So, yeah,
Does that mean the town has to pay the recruiter?
No.
Oh, okay, okay,
It was just that our
okay,
Hubbardston Board of Health ended up on their list somehow.
okay.
So we may see more, but she got a job anyway.
Okay.
I don't think she would have been
Oh.
qualified.
Yeah, it seemed like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, she's really starting out, so that would
Yeah.
not be a good place to put her, because she'd have to be able to function on her own.
Yeah, really independently, yeah.
Right,
Okay, it all worked out.
yep.
That's great. And you had mentioned you might look into public health nurse grant. chance of
didn't come
doing
up with
that?
any of that yet.
Yet. Okay, that's fine. We have 6 months
Okay.
to sort that out. I did not receive any other information or notices from MPHM. Have you? Have you
The
received anything?
No.
The only thing I did was cleaning up files today. So Mallory said that down at the bottom. Mallory said that the town accountant, who presently lives in Florida, said that we wouldn't be eligible, there was a lot of stuff that wouldn't be eligible to be used as health related. And she said that's like a 20-page document, so we probably need to track down that 20-page document so we can read it ourselves, because if you read what the town voted on, there's no restrictions on what it says, health-related programs.
Correct.
Yeah, that seems like it fits under that exactly. I mean,
Right,
it was
and
hospital
there
funds.
seems to be some restriction to the fire department, the way they use it, cause it seems like it's a reimbursement fund for them to send folks, off to school to get their license and their certifications and their paramedic.
EMT.
Yes,
all that,
to get
yeah.
their paramedic certifications, all
Yeah.
that. So, the way I read it is the town voted that, yes, let's support the EMTs and reimburse them for their certification and classes and update classes, cause everybody has to take CEUs.
Mhm.
But the town didn't seem to put those kinds of restrictions.
Yeah.
So we need to get a hold of the quote 20-page
Right.
document and see what's really in there
So what?
ourselves.
Do we know what year this was?
That was
So
95.
95?
What is that document?
That's the town
26,
vote
95.
for the using holding funds, splitting the holding
Holden
funds
Hospital.
between the fire department for their EMT program and the Board of Health.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely sounds like there should be some monies
so we,
there.
yeah, we just need some clarification, but I
Yeah.
think first we need to get a hold of the document and read it
So-
ourselves.
Lori might know where that is. Right? I mean, isn't she
I
kind of?
don't know.
Who
The
would
ma-
know?
the information that Mallory got,
Here, I'm gonna pass that back to you so you don't lose it.
Okay.
It's yours.
I'll put it.
Hang on to it.
You wanna do it? Okay.
Yeah, that's good. From the time that I came on the board 6 years ago, there was always a line item that the Board of Health would get certain
Mhm.
monies from that fund every year, and there was never, in any of the town votes, any restrictions placed on the use for them,
Great,
other than to use them for our expenses.
right,
So we do have that budgeted money every year.
yeah. But in my impression from what Mallory said, that the town accountant was saying that we couldn't use it for a town nurse.
Well,
I-
how would the town accountant know that?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
that's kind of my question. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I said we
Yeah.
need to get a hold of the document ourselves, read it ourselves, come up with our own questions, and then get some clarification on
Correct.
Would we need the town accountant's permission to
No.
use those
No.
No,
funds?
no.
Then why is he involved at all?
it, just because she handles the budget.
Um,
Wants to make sure that everything's kosher that goes through the budget,
well,
which is
that's
fine.
good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Right.
I'm trying to think if I have any further information. I might be able to dig through my notes in a couple months. It's a very busy time for me on my
Yeah.
farm right now,
Yeah.
for me to go back.
You have notes from 1995, or just you
No,
mean?
for the 6 years
that
prior
it was
to now,
used,
that I
yeah.
was, anything that was handed out, I kept. I have all those notes.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I'll be able to look at it
Yeah.
for a couple months. It's really busy right now.
Yeah. Well, that's
But-
exactly how I found this, and, you know, because we're
Yes.
going through all old stuff and throwing out stuff.
I had thought about doing that. I had, was straightening up things at my place and put them in the office where Mallory was, and then I decided if they're there, I can't look at them.
Mm.
If I get a chance late at night to take a look-see. So I took them all back home, and they're all together, so it's, you know, a few binders, but
Yeah.
I just won't have time for a while to look into it. But in that time, there was not one time did I hear of any restriction to the use other than it's definitely 4 items under the Board of Health's mandates.
And that's all I've ever heard either.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah, so
Okay.
we probably just don't know that.
Updates on the ag use bylaw, we have not had any recent meetings, so I
Okay.
cannot give you any other update.
Okay.
Republic Service trash complaints,
Well, they haven't picked up at 4 weeks.
4 weeks now.
Yeah.
Recycling,
Recycling. He keeps leaving us a message saying that they don't have the drivers, we're sorry, you know.
okay.
Looks like the barrels are still out too with the regular trash. I don't know if they're just behind. this
No,
week or
they're
what.
picking up them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they came by this Monday and picked up the regular trash.
So we have 7 formal complaints
Wow.
been passed on to me now.
Yeah, and
So
the,
that
Are they
have
coming
them.
in to visit with us?
the Hubbardston People Facebook group too.
Well,
It's
I-
all
It's
abuzz
oh my
with
God.
the public.
Just exploding.
So the current plan is to have a manager from the area Republic who is over our town, manages our town, attend the next meeting.
Okay.
Has the invitation already been extended or?
I have called their office without and left a message, but I haven't heard back. So, the answer is no at this point. So the next step is to send them a letter.
Yeah,
And I'll make sure it's a registered letter.
I'm sure that whatever general number they have, they're so tired of getting complaints, they're probably just not even answering it anymore.
Yeah, but
It's
So,
we're paying.
They're all having troubles finding truck
drivers, and that's the issue, and they said they had used all their drivers for the trash pickup, which left none for the recycling. So they were training new drivers, they were supposed to get them rolled out in July, but here we are, halfway through July, seems to still be an issue, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I heard that Harvey had put kind of a stoppage on any new, taking any new
Yeah, I
people
saw
for
that.
trash.
They
because
did?
because they can't handle the volume.
okay.
So,
Well, they've been.
I don't know about waste management.
Who's the? Oh, Waste Management, that's the
Waste
third one.
management.
And one of the letters received, says that some towns have 9 or 10 choices, but whoever those choices are, they have not come to us to, ask for a permit. Our annual permit fee for trash haulers is only $305 per year. It's not outrageous. And if they're really, really small and wanna get by with a pickup truck for small trash pickup, we had passed, a recommendation approximately 2 years ago, I'd have to pull the minutes up, that we would be able to, partially or entirely waive the fee for someone new trying to, appropriately haul trash away for people. On a small time basis, but we had one applicant at that time that we did approve that for, but we haven't had any since. So I'm not sure why we have so few choices, but these are the choices of the haulers that have wanted to come forward and serve our town. So if people want additional trash haulers and they know of someone, because of our limited staffing ourselves, I would suggest, I think it's okay to say, that they can reach out to them, and the applications are online, and any trash haulers that want to apply can do so. We have never turned anyone down in the past 6 years. I can't speak to past that. Before 6 years ago, because I wasn't on the board then, so I don't know the record before then, but we've never turned anyone down. And this is the second major time, I should say the second time with major complaints for Republic.
Is it our place to reach out to other trash haulers and see if they want to come to Hubbardston? I mean, is that something we can approach them with? Like,
Yes.
as a Board of Health?
Yes, if we had clerical staffing that could handle it. Right now, we don't have enough staff hours for clerical help to do that. That's why I think if people want and know of a good company that their friends in another town is using, it's okay to reach out to them and say, you know, Hubbardston would like more trash haulers, and the application's online if they wanna do business in Hubbardston. At this time, I think that's the simplest answer I can give people. If anybody has any other ideas, that's fine. Again, right now, we are also facing a staffing shortage in order to take time to do that. And keep track of what's good happening, so.
Well, I think the best thing is talk to these folks and find out what,
Yes.
if they have a plan of action that's.
Yes, when it first came up, with Republic having lots of issues, it did ultimately take us almost 3 months to get them to come to a meeting. However, when they came, within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
everything was good. The complaints stopped. So we'll keep working on it.
Yeah, okay.
We will invite them.
Don't they have a kind of trash truck out there that does both at the same time?
It can. E.L. Harvey provides that kind of trash
I thought they-
pickup.
Yeah,
He does some kind of lever thing, and it feeds it to one side for
Right.
trash, the other half of the truck is for
that's for
recycling.
recycling.
Yep. So, and
Yeah, we used to have Christoph and Sons, and E.L. Harvey bought them out. So kinda cut that down.
right,
I'm sure there used to be others in the past, but
right. The number of trash haulers is decreasing.
they said they started charging them to drop off the trash at like the landfills and things, and wherever the prices went up so high on that end that it wasn't worth it for them to keep
As a
picking up
small
trash.
individual, yes.
Exactly. So,
Right.
Yeah, 'cause we have a guy that comes from Gardner once a year, and we try to create a pile of, that stuff that you can't leave out on the roadside. So we try to create stuff that comes out of the attic and is not worth anything. So he comes and he charges about $100 for picking up, stuff that can be recycled, but it's not the kind that's too big to leave out on the side of the street.
Right.
But even he was talking about some of the fees last year when he came.
keeps going up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're getting squeezed, so yeah, it's rough everywhere.
And now they've got the new where mattresses. And what was the other thing? Were two
It was
items.
mattresses and,
And
what was the other one? The mattresses was the big thing, because that's a,
That was one item
That's-
they wouldn't pick up, that was one item you had to call the little guy would
Yeah.
charge you $100, to pick up,
I
but
can't remember the other one,
Now
but the
there's-
mattresses is what stuck with me, because there's a place in Gardner that actually recycles mattresses.
right, right.
So you can bring your
Right.
mattress up there, and they will, and you can recycle.
Gardner has electronic recycling right on
2A.
2A, yes,
Mm.
thank you. I was trying to think of the actual street name.
Yeah, right after you go into the bridge, right on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And what's the name of that?
next to the chance. I
It's,
think it's just called, I think
what
it's
is
just
it?
called electronics recycling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it
I
has
don't
a
think it's,
real name,
I don't
it's
think
just.
they have a real fancy name.
Yeah.
and they do take that.
There was one other item that they were,
I know, I can't remember what it was. There was two Bs.
there were two items that the state now said are to be recycled. One of them was mattresses. No more in the landfills, and I can't remember what the other one. The other one
We'll
I
stop
know.
thinking about it, we'll remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna blow it right out of my mind, and now remember it. Tonight, when we're not here.
Right.
Okay, I don't know of any other office updates, other than we still just have, minimal help, clerical help.
So no promising people
Not yet.
coming in.
Under open complaints, I'm not sure, do you know anything about the status of the apartment that needed the tub updated?
Oh my goodness, yes. They say it's gonna take, it's all been approved and everything by the board of directors, so the
Yep.
funding is there.
Yeah,
So the next step, they say it's gonna take a two-part, and she understands that
Okay.
it's gonna be a two-step process. So they're setting up the first, and their dates to work with her, so
okay.
that's moving forward. Their air compressor went down, the one that's tied in with their air conditioning,
Oh dear,
so.
What, the company? Or
So
the-
that,
The
no,
whole
at the
complex?
Hubbardston,
The
at
complex?
the complex,
Oh, the whole complex?
yeah, so, that was another, thing that came across my email, so that's
So
been
they're
all
dealing with
signed
that
off by
too.
the board of directors, and that's in the,
replacing it,
yes, they're replacing it.
that's gonna
That's,
be,
so what was it that went?
$7,000. The,
The compressor.
yeah, and the bathroom was $7,000.
okay,
And now they've got also, I guess there's because of the way the way the mortgage sits, I know it's a HUD facility,
yes it is.
but they have to have an audit review, and then they have to have a capital plan, and there's a whole collection, there's at least 10 different items. So that's all come up for review this year as well, that's another $23,000 hit they took. So they're being very busy down there, so.
So the air compressor that they're using, that's a very reasonable price of $7,000 for the whole
Mhm.
complex,
For the whole
for the
complex.
large one.
Yeah,
That's a discounted price, for sure.
when you put it on top of the $7,000 that you
Right,
need for the bathroom, and
right.
so, but anyway, it's all moving along so far, and we had 3 votes in 1 week, so it's
Okay.
quite a week.
It was. The only other, open complaint, was, dumpsters at the rear of 32 Main Street. I apologize, I have not typed up the letter yet, so I will go home tonight and type it up so that it goes out tomorrow.
Okay,
To follow up on that. Usually, they respond pretty quickly. It's my fault for being too busy to not have typed the letter.
So you got a type letter for that?
Yes. And that's where we stand at this point. The inspection was done, photos were taken. Okay, under old business, we have a list of checks that have come in. For various fees, like Sawyer's fee and other property fees that are required for the septic and buildings and
Yeah.
well permits.
So the four that are all the same, those are, must be for
Yep.
septic or something.
Or for lots. Right.
Okay.
So the total for that is $2,630 that will be going into the account.
It's too bad they don't include that somewhere on here as to what the fee was for. That would be helpful, maybe.
Yes. The accounts are here. It's all the same account. In this case, it goes into our revolving account. Okay, any other,
Yeah, I just wanted to, Ron Burton had 510 water test violation, but it reported Kirkton. Is that resolved?
have not heard anything as to the water test. Do you have any good days next week? For us to go out and do a joint inspection?
So
While the camp is still in
The
session?
camp has not been retested or,
They were working on it,
Oh,
they
okay.
have not sent us the results yet.
not what?
They didn't send the, Mallory hasn't received any results yet.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday is fine.
Okay,
So-
can I make a note to myself? Those would be good, Wednesday or Thursday would be good for me.
Okay.
Alright,
Whichever one works better for you.
okay. And on the front of my notebook here, to the right page, okay. Alright.
Do you wanna kinda play it by ear and see whether or how you're doing?
Yeah,
and
well,
then you just reach out to me?
so we'll reach out to each other on maybe next Monday
Sure.
to pick based on weather and stuff.
Yep,
Wednesday,
sounds good.
Thursday, which would be
The
the
20th or the 21st?
20th, 21st. Joint.
And what's that for?
It's a
Ron
joint,
Burton.
Ron Burton's, camp. We'll do a, joint inspection. Okay. I don't see any other items. Does anyone have any other items?
Yeah, I sent to you, I've been, working on the town's disaster plan.
Yes.
And part of it is doing a continuity of operations plan, which I had actually given the Board of Selectmen just before COVID hit.
Right.
I gave them a template,
Yes.
and there's been there's this template that's been kicking around for the Board of Health. So I sent her a copy by just to look at it and see if that's something that we wanted to do as well. Then while I was kicking around,
When did you send it?
this past week,
Okay. Check.
I
Who'd you
can
send
send it again,
Who'd you send that to?
Kathy.
Anything
Oh,
else?
okay.
I just wanted to let her know that it was out there and that she wanna take a step forward on it.
And then
So-
include it with this?
This is the old one, this is one that I found that's dated back on 2008.
And and there's not a Board of Health section in that old one?
This is the one for the Board of Health.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's never been updated. And there's a couple of different versions out there, there's 2 or 3 versions. Basically, it's just saying that if, you know, everything catches on fire, where are you gonna set up and how are you gonna function? So just have an alternate, a plan B. So that's basically what the continuity of operations plan does. It's really more critical for the town administration and the town board of selectmen to have that in place. But it's, you know, it's also good for the board of health, so I can send it out to everybody, and then we can decide whether we wanna edit, you know, or adopt. Like I said, it's a template, so I just went
Right,
through the template and just
right.
plugged in you know,
Did we, had talked to Jamie Terry, for EDS plan, right?
correct.
We up to date? Is she ready
Yes,
to
we're
run a
up to-
drill?
I haven't heard anything about drills.
Drills this year?
No.
Okay. I know they, halted the drills while we were having so much COVID issues
Mhm.
and just accepting that.
Right.
The biggest thing, if you happen to reach out to her again or could remember, to give her, I'm not sure if Mallory had gotten to it or not, I haven't asked her, the update of the contact people on the list.
She already contacted me.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And so I gave her our contacts,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
so, and the only thing that we need to do is just double check our EDS, to make sure that we have the latest contacts from their end in our book. But
Okay.
that's not a big
Okay.
deal, it's not a
Right.
major deal.
Right.
So
Yeah.
otherwise, we're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'd love to have a copy of that
Yeah.
emailed.
So I'll send along the newest version, and we can decide what we wanna do with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the update on bylaws, we might ask Mallory to pull that together if she has
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Again, she has limited number of hours per
Right.
week at this point
Yeah.
with the Board of Health and Land Use and Concom.
Yeah, I really would like to see the whole project together, because we've seen it in bits and pieces, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, would like to see the whole project as one piece.
And that's, let me make a little note, sticking that for her as a reminder with this information she'll be getting.
Mm.
Just a reminder.
If we get the bylaws, and we get the continuity plan, and then the EDS, we're done. We're good. Regulation wise, we're good. Except for getting the town to accept the bylaws. I'm not sure what they have to. I think they may not have to. I don't remember ever bringing them to the town when I was on the board before. It's a good
I
question.
think somebody would have to approve them, right?
Us?
Somebody above our pay grade.
Well, you mean of zero?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Above is zero.
Somebody who actually has a job should probably approve.
Okay. All right, I just wrote a note to remind her.
Yeah.
I'll stick
I
with
don't think
this.
there'll be any problem.
No, just a reminder,
Yeah.
that's all. Okay, there are any other new business
That's it.
or old business? Wow, compared to the last meeting.
Yeah, well, we hadn't met in a couple,
We had
few
missed.
weeks, yeah.
I make a motion that we adjourn
When do we meet next?
on the
26th.
fourth
Okay.
Tuesday of this month.
Yeah, I
at
think it's the
7 p.m.
26th.
The 26th.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, that's right. to meet
Tuesday,
with
the
public.
26th.
This is the 26th.
Yep. And hopefully, keep fingers crossed,
from Republic?
a manager will come.
Okay.
Alright.
Right.
And so we'll adjourn at 8:07.